are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We are going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines, we are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. If you are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We are going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines, we are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. If you are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We are going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines, we are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. If you are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We are going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines, we are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. If you are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone. There are
Don't never let anybody take your belief in yourself away from you because they hurting inside. Don't you never let nobody do that. Always believe in who you are in the darkest moments, man. In the darkest moments, when you at that pain, when you at the bottom, know that you're gonna get back up. But you gotta believe it.
It took me 10 years to learn this, but I will teach it to you in 1 minute. 1, life waits for nobody. Get up every day and keep pushing through no matter what. 2, make sure you take good care of yourself. If something happens to you, the world will move on and you will fall behind. 3, if you don't work to build your dream life, someone will hire you to build theirs. 4, work in silence. Celebrate in private. People love to ruin things. 5, don't regret your past. Just learn from it and move on. 6, no one cares. Work harder to become better each day. 7, ignore advice from anyone who doesn't live the life you want to live. 8, rule over your emotions. A calm mind can handle any situation. 9, if you find someone better than you, don't hate. Ask them for advice and cooperate with them. 10, you're truly at peace with yourself when you mind your own business.
What up, everybody? It's your boy BA. I'm in the building. It's Friday. Yes, sir. Per usual, issues with the camera, but I think I got it going. Let me see. It's gonna look a little funny. Yeah, I think I mean, let me see. Fuck it. We in here. Like I said, shout out to you if you tuned in, man. If you tuned in, you are the resistance. Welcome to the Blac Pill podcast. Yes, sir. And today we're doing a different type of show because it's Friday. We gotta switch it up sometimes. I know I give you guys the real a lot, and I don't want you to be depressed. Before we start, I'm gonna play one video. I gotta go put lotion on. Yeah, I gotta put my lotion on. Let me play this video real quick, and then we're gonna start. Here we go.
God damn, what the fuck in your head?
You know, what the? Bro.
Oh, shit.
You know what I had, right?
He up.
You know what I
haven't even took your order yet.
I
You
just
haven't
told
even
you my
took
order.
your order yet.
I said big double burger, 2 corn dogs, a tray of cheese bites, and a sweet tea.
Oh,
What the?
he about to fucking fall. Why you got your book bag on?
Why do you? Wait, why do you got your book bag on while you taking my order? I ain't even tripping, bro. Big double burger, 2 corn dogs, cheddar cheese bites, and a sweet tea. Bro, what?
Hey, listen, I haven't took your order yet.
I'm telling you, dude.
Hold on.
No, it's not. Hold on.
Man, what the fuck in your head?
You know.
All right, so he up. All right, so hopefully I got it fixed. I got the lotion on. Big pause. But yeah, man, so Tracee Ellis Ross is today's subject, and she got candid about her struggles with dating at 52. So the actress says she's experiencing grief around being single and child free, but is still dating and keeping hope alive. Women, are you in here? Shout out to the women. Hold on, let me pull myself up. What up, everybody? I'm looking extra dark today. Let me fix the camera. Yeah, women, are you in here? 1 second. There we go. Are you in here, women? Are you guys in here? That didn't help. Let me see. Hold on. I don't know what I did to the camera, dog. Let me see. Here we go. Is that better? Change it to automatic. Shoot. Hold on. Struggles of being a black man. All right, here we go. Nope. Yeah, so women, are you in here? You know, I beg the question. We're begging the question today. It is what it is. I don't want y'all to see my house. Okay. But yeah, we're begging the question today, and the question is simple. Should older women go for younger men, and should older men be able to go for younger women? And we're going to discuss that in a little bit because it's a multifaceted issue. But for now, let's just go see what's popping off on the net before we get to the main event. Let me see. Instagram. Tell him, man, my cameraman. We're going to have to get a new camera somehow, some way. Let's see. NCAA, you guys see it there. NCAA has introduced a new rule to tackle faking injuries in college football. If medical personnel have to evaluate an injured player, the team will lose a timeout. No timeouts left. That's a 5-yard delay of game penalty. Okay, I guess. I mean, I don't know. They're going to keep doing it. Diddy's trial will not be delayed. Judge denies defense to motion. Yeah. Doechii. Shout out to Doechii. Oh, well, I don't know. Doechii don't like me. Shout out to Doechii. She released her music video for Anxiety. Let me see. All right, let me go to Anatomy Experience. Let me go to the things I wanted to actually discuss. Let's see. Tracee Ellis. First things first. I wanted to discuss this right here. Astronomers have announced a groundbreaking discovery, uncovering the strongest evidence yet of potential life beyond our solar system on a distant planet 124 light years away, known as K2-18b. Ninja. So we might have aliens, but I'm a little confused when it comes to the whole space travel, because space travel, as far as I know, is like time travel. So they say the Earth is expanding, and if you go in one direction, it supposedly goes back in time, and you go in another direction, it's in the future, which makes no sense. So I'm always confused, because I'm like, hey, when they say the indication of life that they see, is it not in the future? And you have to just look this stuff up, this quantum theory and all this stuff, and I can't look it up, but it is what it is. Hold on, y'all. One second. Bear with me. I gotta make sure you guys can see me. Let me see if that's a bit better. Use the regular light. All right, that's a bit better. No, it's not.
But what the hell, boy?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with my camera today. My camera is a little cooked, bruh. My camera's cooked. I don't know. What's wrong with my camera? There's always something. My camera's cooked right now. It's like the thing is all bad. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, shit. Making me look like a ninja out here in these streets. Shout out to my ninjas. Why is it like that? I don't know. It looks like I I can't quite put my finger on it. But it's like it's opposite right now. Like the settings that I would normally put in my camera, believe it or not, is opposite, which is so weird because it's like, what the fuck? Hold on. What the fuck? Yeah, bro. I'm a little bit skeptical, bro. Shit. I don't know at this point. Let me see. Shoot. I guess we're gonna roll with this one. Fuck it, I'll keep the hat off today. Yeah, so like I was saying, yeah, you guys can see my hair growing, going bald in the future. Yeah, like I was saying, man, so when it comes to these astronomers have announced a groundbreaking discovery. While scientists have not confirmed the presence of life, they have detected potential biosignature chemical traces often produced by living organisms such as marine algae, making a significant step in the search for extraterrestrial life. Let's see what the comments say. They say, what's the rent/mortgages like? Are groceries high? How we gonna name their planet that's 124 light years away? I wonder what they named our planet. If I leave today, how old would I be when I get there? And that's exactly what I'm saying right there. Supposedly it's in the future, so I'm always like, okay, if it's that far off into the future, are we not to assume that that's just the Earth in the future? And that's why I say this whole science mumbo jumbo in space is kind of throwing me off, but it is what it is. All right, so let me see what else I wanted to discuss. We discussed the trip. Shout out to Gayle King and Katy Perry and all of them, right? Yeah, shout out to Gayle King and them. So we discussed this, and I don't know what to believe, and I still don't know what to believe, but now supposedly they're sending more people into space, and I think this is a test. You heard it here first on the Blac Pill. I am a skeptic. I'm not crazy. I'm coherent, but I believe this is a test now that they're doing, and I don't know why they're doing it. Either it's a test or it's a way to make money, so they're sending stars into space so that way people will want to do it themselves and pay for that so they can make some money. So supposedly, we don't know the validity of this, but there's breaking news. Supposedly, Young Thug will be the next artist launched into space next month. So I'm confused, bro. I'm confused, bro. I'm very confused. It says, am I tripping, or is this them testing if they can send the rich people to space when the world ends? I think they're just trying to make money. It says, meet the new Shepard NS32 crew launching in May 2025. Tom Cruise, Kendall Jenner, James Winston, Drew Drewski, I don't know how to pronounce this person's name. This Boards, Young Thug, and Angel Reese. I'm mad confused, Ninja. I am cooked right now. What's going on here? Why are we doing this? I'm confused. So, I don't know what to say. We just gonna keep you guys posted on it. Let's see what the comments say. Young Thug ain't supposed to be leaving Georgia, but he can leave the atmosphere. The F is the fuck Angel Reese doing there. She's gonna miss the takeoff too. Crew is such a loose term. When you're riding on a fully automated trip, it's like getting strapped into a roller coaster and being labeled into a mechanical engineer. Yeah, but we normal people are causing the climate change. What is the point? I don't get it. And why do they still need to use paper straws if we can all do that now? Yeah, I don't know, bro. We're gonna keep you guys posted on that one. That's a bit confusing. Let me see. Is there anything else? This one is for Skeptical Sundays, where supposedly, and you guys, if you guys want to see it, I'll show you a bit of it. Shout out to Candace Owens for those of you that like her. And we're gonna discuss this maybe this Sunday. I'm gonna let you see a little bit of this. Here we go. Hold up.
They brought the power grid down. And by they, I mean if the government purposefully brought the power grid down.
And we discussed this a couple days ago, so we might do a stream on it. We might just do a stream on it. Skeptical Sundays, I'll pull up on Sunday. Whenever I drop it, you'll see it. And Skeptical Sundays is something that we do where we question the norm. You know, we question, it's basically conspiracy theories, but more of a deep dive into stuff that is like more current. And if you guys have any ideas on any topics we should cover, please send it to us in our DM or what is it called? My email. But yeah, so basically she's begging the question that supposedly there's going to be a cyber pandemic, which will be crazy because you ninjas are addicted to social media. So we're cooked.
What the hell, boy?
Yeah, we're cooked. Here we go. I'm gonna let her say some more. Here we go.
Not asking that question for fun. I'm asking that question because the World Economic Forum is predicting that a cyber pandemic, you can look this up, they've been running exercises about it this year, is inevitable. You're probably saying, what is a cyber pandemic? It doesn't make any sense. Like, what are we even talking about? Well, first and foremost, the reason I'm even paying attention to the World Economic Forum and their exercises is because they notoriously, in 2019, ran an exercise for a coronavirus pandemic that oddly all became true. I mean, without one slight difference, they said that the coronavirus was going to escape from a wet market in South America. Of course, when the coronavirus swept the world in 2020, they said that it escaped from a wet market in China. You can still look that up, by the way. That's not a conspiracy theory. They simulated that coronavirus pandemic. It was the World Economic Forum in collaboration with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, in collaboration with Johns Hopkins University. And the website is still up, and they say, the coronavirus pandemic is inevitable. And then, boom, it happened the very next year. So people say it's a conspiracy theory to believe that they knew that the coronavirus pandemic was going to happen. You don't have to believe it was a conspiracy theory, or you can believe it wasn't a conspiracy theory. It's up to you. I don't really care. The point is that they made the prediction, they called it inevitable, and then it happened immediately. So for me personally, that signals to me that I should probably pay attention the next time the World Economic Forum makes a prediction and calls it inevitable.
Yeah, man. So like I said, we're going to discuss that in the future. Y'all pull up to the show, man, if y'all want to hear about that. But scary times we living in. Scary times. Let me see what else. We had some relationship stuff since today's about relationships. We'll discuss some relationship stuff. Shout out to Kayla Jones. We discussed this the other day, but Kayla Jones got a new ninja. Hold on. I had a dream about her. No, I'm joking. I'm trolling. I don't dream about these prods. I said Kayla Nicole. I think her last name is Jones too. She got a new ninja. That's her new ninja. This ninja is a tank. Scary. Nah, not scary, man. I fear nobody but the Most High. Shout out to the Most High. And shout out to Kayla Jones. Kayla Nicole. Shout out to Kayla Nicole. She got a new ninja. Since we're discussing relationships, shout out to these people. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, ladies specifically, because ladies get their panties in the wash sometimes when I put this stuff up. Hey, bro, I am not the one who said this stuff. If you hear it come out my mouth, I'm just repeating what I heard, okay? So this is what I heard. Here we go. We aren't allowed to hold women accountable. Uh-oh. Let's do it.
Hyenaism is rampant. You wonder why these chicks don't take no accountability. It's because we don't want them to take accountability.
Preach.
We don't want them to take accountability. We do everything we can to shield these chicks from any form of accountability for anything that they do.
Hey. What do you think?
And then on the other hand, we want to harp on, well, women don't take accountability. She's taught from a little girl that she don't have to.
Facts. Preach, sister. Preach. Hey, man, let me put it like this. Shout out to the ninjas. Ninjas, are you in here? Shout out to the fellas that find their way to my page. Fellas, do you understand that the reason why women act the way they act is because we have allowed them to? And I'm not saying we're in charge of them. I'm saying we've never actually, we haven't put any real negative stimulation. No, stimulation is not the word. Negative connotation on the things that they do that we may or may not like. Secondly, they're grown. Shout out to the women. Shout out to the grown women. But, men and women aren't equal, even though we like to say so. Men and women are only equal when it benefits them. And that's the whole problem. So a woman can do the same thing a man does, and she'll get let off with a pass. And there's a lot of women out here in these streets that do crimes, bruh. They do crimes, and they know that they're not going to get in trouble, or they know that what they do is probably they're not going to get in as much trouble as a man would. And that's why they continue to do the things they do. Past that, I already know you can't say these hoes. Shout out to the women. Yes, sir. And like I said, it's a mix of things. So it's not only the men that applaud this behavior, it's the government. Shout out to the Fetty Gov. Shout out to the Fedi Gov. The Fedi Gov allows this to go on, because if they didn't want it to go on, it would not go on. So I blame the government, because look, men are not allowed to like form and assimilate like big groups and shit like that, because they scared that we'll destroy the whole world or whatever the case may have you. So yeah, the women gonna do what they do, but always remember, the reason why women act the way they act is because of past experiences where they got away with murder. So they're going to keep doing whatever they do. No pun intended, by the way. They're going to keep doing what they do until there's actual consequences and repercussions. Will there ever be consequences and repercussions? I don't think so. I personally think men are weak and women are stronger than men. That's just me personally, because women, men are only strong in the physical sense, right? When it comes to physicality, women are strong enough or smart enough, whichever one you may pick. Women are smart enough to convince a man to do some bullshit in her name or for her. And like I said, kitty cat runs the world. So I'll let them finish what they have to say, because I didn't say it. Here we go.
And when there are situations where she's old enough to know what she's done and to take responsibility for choices that she has made, and let there be some kind of consequence behind what she has done, we run to make sure she don't never have to take the accountability. So if she ain't got to take accountability right now, what make you think she got to take accountability 10 years down the line in a relationship with somebody? What make you think she got to take accountability at any point, at any time, for any reason? And you. Oh,
also, like I said, nobody can check women, but I was just going to say, guys, yeah, we had the poll in the chat. So shout out to YouTube. If you in here, YouTube, the question is, should older women date younger men? Should older women date younger men? Yes or no? And yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, there is no accountability. I mean, it is, but it's not, because in every woman's eyes, every woman, is never wrong. And that's the whole problem. So no matter what they do, people will justify it. And I'm not saying in every situation. I'm saying in most situations, they're going to justify it. Only time they're not is when a woman does something to a child. And like I said, there's so many, like the scope of that, there's so many situations in life that go on. It's the sad reality. Like I said, I'm not here to save the day, and I'm not here to save you ninjas, because when I first started my content, who remembers when I first started my content, right? When I first started my content, I was sharing the experiences I had with women and the things that women were telling me. Mind you, ninjas was looking at me like I was crazy. Women were looking at me like I was crazy. Everybody tried to shun me about my content, trying to report my page and all this stuff. I'm like, bro, and mind you, this is all information that's out. So I'm happy that this information's out, because dudes are finally starting to wake up. But the sad reality of the situation is women are further ahead because the way guys are. Men, y'all pull up, bro. Pull up to the front of the class, please. Men, you ninjas act like women. I don't want to say the B word because it's early, but you ninjas act like bitches, bro. You guys act like women, and y'all want everything that women complain about is what you guys used to do to women. Now you guys are sitting there, oh man, these girls don't want to be with me and all this. I be sitting there confused, like,
but what the hell, boy?
I be mad confused, bro. I be mad confused, because I'm like, bro, shout out to Coach Greg Adams, CGA. He said it, and everybody taking the phrase now. And that was, men are in love and women are in business. This is business for women. They care about the money, bro. They don't care about you, bro. And you ninjas can't get past that. That's why it's weird to me, but it's all good. I mean, like I said, I had a different upbringing, so I kind of saw things for what they are, not what I wanted them to be. And especially because I'm dark, people act a certain way when they see me. They kind of be on 10. So people kind of kept it real with me from the get-go. Here we go.
You wonder why the lionesses can't win.
The lionesses?
You wonder why we just wash our hands of it.
Huh? Excuse me?
You wonder why we wash our hands of it.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, you can't say these. Hey, fellas, my advice to you, let these women do what they want to do. Woo! You know why? Because you're not the authority in the situation. The government is the authority. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you say. The government's going to tell them what to do, and they'll fall in line. We got this other lady right here. Well, first off, we got these ninjas right here. Proof that ninjas will say anything to sound cool. Here we go.
Look, bro, as a grown man, to leave your kids every day, to leave your bitch at home, to go hug a block, to smell other niggas, bro, you got at least some type of attraction.
Sauce in you, bro.
Now you making money. Now you making money.
You be doing that too?
You can't just like drop off the shit.
I'm not laying over my bitch all day, gang. That's kind of gay.
What?
Wait,
So you spend like what?
My ninja said my.
What the hell, boy?
So this ninja said, if you lay up under your girl all day, that's kind of gay. I understand what he was trying to say. Shout out to the YNs. They got this new term called the YNs. Shout out to the YNs. But yeah, I ain't got no problem laying up under any girl all day. What y'all ninjas talking about, bro? What y'all ninjas be talking about, bro? This why I be mobbing by my lonely, bro. Vibing by myself, bro. Cause ninjas be weirdos, bro. Here we go.
12 hours a day with niggas and 2 hours with your bitch.
Come on, gang.
like,
Why
go
would you
lay
just
up.
say that, gang?
I'm
Laying
straight.
up with a woman is gay and laying with me and not. Come on, gang. Stop
No,
playing
I'm
with me.
saying I'm gonna go slap all day. I'm be in the streets doing my
Slap.
thing.
Look.
Slap what, booty?
Bro, as a grown man, to leave your kids every day, to leave your bitch at home, to go hug a block, to smell other niggas, bro, you got at least some type of attraction to other men.
I mean,
Now
gang
you
is like
making
fame.
money.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I can't be around ninjas all the time. You ninjas is annoying too, bro. That's why I be going in on y'all. But shout out to my people. Like I said, shout out to my supporters. I'm cool with them because they cool. Like I said, they know that there's more to life than some of this shit that we see always. But yeah, bro, shoot. I don't know. What y'all think, bro? I don't know. Being in the block, on the block all day, I done seen ninjas on the block with other ninjas just laughing, chilling. I get that, but you just grow up and be like, bro, what am I doing with my life? Here we go.
Why are black women the least married? One of the reasons is selfishness.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
What are you doing?
Whoa. I didn't say this. Let's just preface this. You know, shout out to the black women. Y'all know I deal with black women of all colors, of all shades. This lady said this, not me. This lady said this. Here we go.
They are taught
She's
from
straight
a
too,
young
by the way.
age all of the things that a man is not capable of doing before they even know what a man is. They are taught they'll cheat, they lie, all of these things. They're taught.
Now look, guys, this is not just black women. You know, we got to stop pointing the finger at black women. Shout out to the black women. This is all women. This is majority of women. They're taught that men are dangerous and all this stuff, which men are dangerous. But one thing that I also learned too in my own trials and tribulations is that majority of the stereotypes that we hear about men and women are actually true. That's the kicker in all of this. So when we hear all the stuff that women don't like about men, or when we hear all the stuff that men don't like about women, both parties are saying the truth. But is it going to change? I don't think so, because it's just the way the dynamics is. And like I said, the main thing is the economy's set in a way now where like family dynamics is not going to work unless somebody concedes to the other. Women don't want to concede now because women have freedom. At the same time, men aren't going to concede, or as they would say, as the ladies would say, a real man. A real man doesn't want to concede to a woman. It doesn't make sense in our head to concede to somebody that's smaller than us. Shout out to Napoleon Bonaparte. Was it Napoleon Bonaparte? Shout out to Napoleon Bonaparte, right? I'm pretty sure that ninja was short. From what they said, that ninja was short. But yes, unless you're my coach or, you know, you're my trainer, you know, it doesn't make sense for us to concede to somebody that we look down on or that we're more physically able than, right? At the same time, like I said, society's messed up to a point where it's like, you know, women have more respect for the people paying them money. And that's the whole thing where it's like, guys, we're kind of privy to that now. We're aware of that now. So for example, your boss or your manager can get you to do something that I may ask you to do and you don't want to do. And we understand that you got to do your job. Okay, cool. But it's like, okay, now it's like, you feel me? If your boss can get you to do that, and your boss is not paying you, the company's paying you. That's the crazy part about it. That's the gag. So, you know, your boss is not paying you, your company's paying you. Yeah, you got to listen to your boss. I'm looking at it like, okay, so I'm gonna be the boss, and I'm not saying me, I'm saying for purposes of the discussion. I'm looking at it like, okay, so I got to be the boss. So I'm gonna be the boss and I'm gonna pay you so that way you do what I say. And after that, like I said, it turns the relationship into this whole give and take thing, and it's not gonna end well. But this is not all black women. This is actually all women. Shout out to the American women. This is the American women, and now it's starting to spread to different parts of the world. These are women in general. And like I said, it's not going to get better. we're just documenting it. You know, when you come on the show, this is like history. This is history in the making. Every day's a new day. History is being recorded. But yeah, we're documenting it. The reason why I say it's going to get worse is because when the AI robots come into the picture and you can design the AI robot to look a specific kind of way, the women with money are going to create their own boyfriend, design their own boyfriend, and the dudes with money are going to design their own girlfriends, and they're going to be using them in ways you can only imagine, and they're going to be showing it to everybody on social media, and then everybody's going to do the same thing. And while the people make money off of it, we're cooked. Like I said, society's cooked, and there are people who are nihilists out here who want that to happen. So I mean, we'll see what happens. Here we go.
A list of bad behaviors from the experiences of the women who dealt with these men. And then when that woman is past 30 and don't got no man and don't got no prospects, then those same people who were encouraging her to be single and not waste her time and focus are the same ones like, you ain't never gonna have no kids. You ain't gonna get married. While you're growing into the woman that you're gonna be, it's best to be growing with a man. When you just been out there focusing on you got your own house, your own apartment, your own car, your own this, your own that, you become selfish. Oh, well, I just have OCD.
Shout out to Black Madam. Look, through the trials and tribulations, right? Through the trials and tribulations, if Black Madam ends up staying for the long haul, we'll explain this dynamic to you guys of how this is supposed to work, or at least how it worked for us. It's been a long ride. It hasn't been that long. It's been a couple years. It's almost her birthday though. It's been on and off a couple years. You know what it is. It's almost her birthday. And shout out to Rich the Engineer, my brother. His birthday is tomorrow, so shout out to him. Yeah, shout out to him. But yeah, like I said, man, it's a whole thing. I don't blame the women, I blame the men. And I blame the men because men act weak now. So men act weak and expect women to put up. I blame the women in the sense that, ladies, y'all know what's going on, bro. I hate the fact that y'all sit there and I get it because it's survival, but y'all sitting there acting like y'all don't make more money than men. That's where it's like, whoa. And like I said, I blame the men in the sense of everything that a woman wants, you guys give to her. And that's why we're in this situation now. So everything that a woman fights for, you'll get behind. When it comes to standing behind your brothers, women have support system with each other and through men. Men have no support system for each other. And that's the whole problem. And that's why I be by my lonely. And I mean, I'm feeding into the problem myself, but that's why we building the core. Shout out to everybody who wants to be part of the resistance in the core. Yes, sir. Hold on. Let me show you that before we finish this video. That's why I'm building the core, because men want to do everything by themselves and expect a woman to love them. And that's not what the richest people or the people who have money, they're not doing it all by themselves. Name me one rich person. Name me one rich person that's doing it by themselves. I'm saying rich. Let me rephrase myself. Name me one wealthy man that you know that did it by himself. You can't, bro. What the hell, bro? You can't. There's a team behind him. There's a team behind him. And that's why when I get my bag right, shout out to everybody. Y'all know what it is. Support the core. When I get my bag right, y'all gonna see me actually do what I'm trying to do. I'm doing it by my lonely until I can make enough money to where I can pay people to put a team around myself. And then we finna switch it up. But let me show you guys this. Here we go. Do you want to be a part of the core? Do you? You were born into the noise. Yes, sir. We're gonna change the sounds. Don't worry. But something in you stay quiet. Let me get serious. Hold on. Something in you stay quiet. Still watching. Waiting. You knew this wasn't it. You started to hear a signal. You started to remember. What did I remember? This is not an escape. This is a return. Welcome to the core. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. Men and women. Join up. What's the core? Quick sidebar. What's the core? The core is going to be a network in the future. The Atom Effect, the Achieve Things Out of Mind Effect. Join up on the core. You join the core. The idea is create a network of like-minded individuals that can help each other throughout their trials and tribulations in life. Like I said, once you guys help me get my shit together, we're going to turn around and create a fund. We'll use that fund to help each other. Everybody who's part of the core can have access to that fund, but it needs to make sense. It has to make sense. If it's some bullshit, we're going to verify the validity of the situation. If it's some bullshit, you will be kicked out. You will be excommunicated. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So hit me up if you want to join the core, man. It's my movement. It's my thing. I do this for the people. Here we go.
No, you're just neurotic. You just got nagging syndrome because you've been so selfish and so moving at your own pace and only doing what you want to do that now to incorporate somebody else into that lifestyle, you can't do it. Why are black women
It's not only black women, it's all women. Shout out to the black queens. I love you, ladies. It's all women, bro. And it's okay. It's okay. It's the reality of the situation. But you can't expect a man to sit there and be on your beck and call. It ain't gonna go like that. All right, so let me see. I'm trying to pull up something. We'll cut it short. Let's cut it short. Like I said, man. Oh, we had DDG. We'll do DDG, and after that, we'll call it a day. DDG, and then this ninja. I forget this ninja name. Shout out to this ninja right here. What is his name? What's his name? I forget his name, but he's a content creator. Oh, Agent. Shout out to Agent. Here we go. Shout out to Agent. So Agent was celebrating 45,000 subscribers on Twitch. Twitch, what up, man? Y'all ninjas follow me, bro. I don't know how we finna make y'all follow me. But he celebrated by laying in a pool with rats with an extra surprise. Disgusting, bro. Disgusting. Do y'all know that rats have a smell, bro? Oh, disgusting. Here we go.
Disgusting.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh.
We got 2 more.
Oh. Hell no. Hell no.
That's disgusting. Oh.
Yeah, and he took a dookie on you.
Kill this little nigga, bro.
One more. That's actually foul. Right on your chest is crazy.
Yeah, he took a dookie on you.
I can't show that, can I? I can't show that.
How is this not over, bro?
Wait, listen. They're everywhere, bro. It's hitting everywhere.
Ew.
Took a dookie on you.
Yeah, they're all harboring under him. Alright, there's 3 back here. He's please. Alright.
Ugh.
That's the end. Come on, little guy.
Is Ninja crying?
He smells disgusting. What the hell, boy?
I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm not doing that for no followers, bro. I can't. That's a bit extreme, bro. But we'll see. Never say never. We got DDG responding to Waka Flocka and they beefing. We might do that one, but I don't know. DDG responds to Waka Flocka and tells him to stop speaking on him. Here we go.
Can't say nothing, but like.
Shout out to Doodoo Garbage.
Like, he said, like, I seen a comment he said earlier about when I said something about the looking at a phone or some shit, and then they don't comment some shit like, what the f he say? This is female shit. And now he commented talking about what you doing, little bro? Talking about my pants. Quit speaking on me.
Yeah, why is he even...
Like, why are you commenting on everything involving me negative, but in person you trying to be all cool and
see, look. Well, I ain't gonna say nothing. Here we go. Shout out to DDG. I like DDG. I like his music. I like Walker's music too. Shout out to Walker. Shout out to DDG. Shout out to Walker. I'm biased in this situation. I like both of them. And not in that way, weirdos.
I ain't say nothing, but like,
hold up.
Talking about this female and some little bullshit like that. Now he like speaking on my fits. All right.
Who you listen to more, me or Walker?
Huh?
Me or Waka Flocka? Who you more?
You?
That ninja capping, boy. That ninja capping, boy. He's not listening to you, DDG. Girl, the way you moving got me in a trance. DJ, turn me up. Ladies, it's your chance. Come on. That was Walker, right? Who was that? That was the other dude in Walker and Wale. And these was the pants. Can y'all see it? These was the pants. Y'all can go look at that. The pants was a little bit weird.
What the hell, boy?
Them was the pants. Yeah, bro. I don't know, but all right, man. Let's get into the main event. So Tracee Ross, shout out to everybody that tuned in, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. Y'all know what it is. I'm a little bit tired, so I'm not all over the place like I normally be. But if you want to go look at my other streams, you know I bring the energy. Shout out to everybody in here, bro. My back hurt. I gotta finish editing this book that I narrated. So much shit. But anyway, so Tracee Ellis was on. Hold on. Tracee Ellis was on Michelle Obama's podcast. Shout out to Michelle Obama. and she was discussing how she prefers younger men and cites toxic masculinity in older peers. And the question becomes, should older women date younger men? And the reason why I'm asking this question is because they say when an older man is dating a younger woman, he's trying to manipulate her. So the question becomes, is it the same thing when it's an older woman dating a younger man? And, you know, we've seen multiple examples of this. Shout out to Jalen Hurts. No, not Jalen Hurts. The ninja who played basketball whose BM is like 36 or something, and he's like 19. He's the same age as her child, like her son, her actual child. So that's just what begs the question, and that's why I'm asking. And of course, people get their panties in the wad, and I'm talking about men and women. Both of y'all get y'all panties in the wad when we have these conversations, and I'm always confused as to why. It's like, I didn't know you had to have a qualification to speak on these things. Like, I'm a human being and I live in this world, so I'm allowed to speak. Secondly, I didn't know because it makes you uncomfortable, I wasn't supposed to speak on it. That's not my job to make you comfortable. It's my job to do my job, and my job is doing this show. Shout out to everybody that support me, man. Like I said, donate or hit the like button. It is what it is. But it's not my job to make you comfortable, because nobody made me comfortable when I was coming up as a youngin'. You feel me? But we got somebody saying, yes, older women should date younger men. Okay, I respect it. I respect it. Now look, I speak from a perspective, right? Like, all my girlfriends up until about maybe 20, all my girlfriends were older than me. And I skipped a couple grades. So I'm saying since 9th grade up until college, even after college. No, up until college. And I mean, I dealt with some women that were older than me after college. So up until after college, I'll say to about 20, 21, 22. Majority, like every one of my girlfriends were older than me. Shout out to Sagosto Fido. He says she is still looking for a man after all this time. I guess so. I don't know too much about Tracee Ellis. I know she used to look good back in the day, so shout out to her. But yeah, I guess she's still looking for a man. But me, I dated a bunch of older women when I first started dating. Like, I'm talking about like real girlfriends, like, you know, high school sweethearts and all that. They were all older than me. And, you know, like a year, 2 years, some 3. But I'm saying they were all older than me. So in the recent interview, Tracee Ellis Ross revealed her preference for dating younger men, attributing the choice to what she describes as toxic masculinity prevalent among men her age. Ross, known for her roles in Blackish and Girlfriends, explained that younger partners often exhibit more open-minded and less rigid gender dynamics, which she finds appealing. Her comments have sparked discussions about ageism, gender norms, and evolving relationship dynamics in Hollywood and beyond. And like I said, ladies, I brought this up for y'all because y'all need to peak game, bro. So if this what she's going through as a rich woman, you know, what can you expect to go through as a woman at whatever socioeconomic level you are at? And I'm not saying a broke woman, but I'm saying she's a rich woman or whatever, or we assume that she's a rich woman because she was in Hollywood. She's a Hollywood woman, and this is what she's going through. So what can you expect to go through? Here we go.
I mean, we've talked about this, that often I date younger men. Mm-hmm. And a lot of it is because...
Let's stop on that, folks.
Oh my God, we had a great dinner. We had a great dinner, by the way, where across the table, your husband goes, "But why?" And I said, well, maybe because I can.
Yes, Parish. This is what I'm saying. Tales from Tracee's.
It's fun.
Also, guys, in my locals, I have my locals is Black Adams in a Circle. I'm gonna start posting. I might start posting some of my old content that I used to do to give you guys game, but it's not gonna be free. You're gonna have to pay, and the reason why you have to pay is because I have the game. Because unfortunately, in everybody else's eyes, first off, I'm a square. I'm gonna say it, but I was the bad boy. So because I was the bad boy, I don't know how I was the bad boy when I was a nerd, but I guess I looked like the bad boy because I worked out and stuff. And I was trying to play sports, and then I rapped. So everybody looked at me as the bad boy. So, you know, girls, I had a lot of women that I've dealt with. So I can give you guys game. That's why when I hear these things, it doesn't really I don't really get up in arms like, oh, I need a woman that's, you know, like supposed to be with me and only me. And yeah, bro, I don't get crazy like that because I've been with a lot of women and I've asked them their perspective on things and they told me. So I'm telling y'all, like, to give y'all an example, I've had women comfortable enough with me where they've told me they've had trains ran on them. So I'm saying, like, I have to put that out there just to show you, you know, I know what I'm talking about. Or maybe it's just because I'm black and they like, yeah, you know, you might be in, I ain't trying to do all that with you, baby. But I'm saying, so that's why I know what I know. And I mean, it's not that big a deal to me. because I understand it's not yours, it's just your turn. But yeah, we're gonna start posting private videos on my locals and stuff. It's gonna be behind a paywall. If you want that game on how to deal with these women, come talk to your boy, man. Get a consultation. They cheap now. Here we go.
It's very fun to share.
Tracee Tales.
But
I'm sorry.
But one of the reasons, though, that because I had to ask myself that question, I was like, what is this about?
Yeah.
Because I want a partner. And so often, and it's not just that I'm older, I'm also very embodied. I am a full, very whole person who knows myself, who is in charge of my life, and who lives a very full, just robust life. So it's not just age, it's like life experience and sort of a difference. But I had to ask myself the question.
And ladies, shout out to ladies. This is why I bring this up to you, because you can go and do this and become just like her. You know, if you have goals, like you can achieve your goals. Shout out to the women achieving their goals, right? You can do that. But a man at an older age, right, who finally has himself established after pushing and going through the mud, trying to come up, get on the up and up, a man that finally has his life established is not gonna stop his life to come live in your world. And that's what y'all gotta realize. And I'm not saying it like, you know, like I said, don't get your panties in the water. I'm not saying, oh, you know, you should stop your life. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's what you're gonna have to deal with, because you have a life that you're used to now, and you're trying to find somebody to put into your life. And that's what men do, or that's what men used to do. You know, we live in this new time now where women can do the same thing. So when she says gender dynamics, and we haven't gotten there yet, but when she's saying gender dynamics, that's the whole dynamic. A man that finally got himself together, age 50, whatever, and making good money, you can't convince that man after everything he's worked for to stop and figure out his life and tailor his life to you unless he has nothing. Now, at the same time, she might have her life together and have her own dynamic, and she's not going to do the same thing. And there's the stalemate. But at the end of the day, there are more women, and I'm just giving y'all game. Take it as you see it, because men, we're going to sleep with women. Okay. It is what it is. But I'm saying there are more men who are going to have women trying to come at them for their money. Whereas guys will come at you for your money. But the way we look at it, like majority of the time, majority of the girls I deal with, I already know I'm not going to get access to your money. So it's not even on our mind like that. And now, you know, she says she deals with younger dudes. Younger guys just have the free time to deal with her. That's it. I remember when I was young and wasting time. Now I don't even have the time to deal with people like that. Between doing everything I'm trying to do just to get my life together, which is going to take years, I don't have the time. Like, I have the time to maybe pull up, say what's good. All right, deuces. Past that, I don't have the time. And I'm not even doing that much yet. I'm just getting started. And I guess it's more now until it gets on a roll. But yeah, I don't have the time. So it's like, now you want to build a life at 50. We sitting here looking at you like, here we go.
Why does this keep sort of coming up other than they're hot and gorgeous?
There's that.
But a lot of men, I mean, we've talked about
Hold on. We got some more.
Men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity and have been raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks. And anything that starts to smell of that for me, I did enough of it where I was controlled and felt like I was a possession, or whatever those things were, or prize, or.
And this is why you guys got to be careful what you hear on social media, because these people are saying these things, but if that's what was normal, you guys have to understand something, bro. If that's normal, then that's normal. So for example, what is marriage supposed to be? Because back in the day, marriage meant that I was your property and you were my property. If that's not okay for you, then why are you trying to get into a relationship, right? Now, if you want to be in a relationship to be with somebody from time to time, okay, cool. You got to say that then. So you want to deal with multiple people. You don't want exclusivity. You want exclusivity for a period of time. And after that, you want to carry on about your married life. That's okay. I have no problem with that. Low key, sometimes I want to do that too. Okay, it is what it is. But if you're doing that, you can't expect somebody to take you serious. Why would they take you serious? To experience you and then give that experience up to somebody else? That's where women kind of lose men, because it's like, bro, like, what are you saying? Like, yeah, we could do that, but then if that's the case, I'm not finna sit there and build a whole emotional connection with you so it could be ripped away. Nobody want to go through that shit, man. We're gonna pull up the rest of the footage, but let's see what the comments say. It says she wants to be free and do whatever she wants, and older men ain't going for it. Facts. And it's like, it's okay if you want to do that, but don't say we're not anything. We're really good friends. Okay, we're really good friends. Wow. It says women will always celebrate other women for dating younger men, all while villainizing a man for dating younger women. Facts. Using terms like toxic masculinity and I was controlled spells a lot. And when I hear toxic masculinity, I usually flip it and I hear toxic femininity. And what I mean by that is you're trying to wield your femininity as a sword. But the thing is, it doesn't work the right way, because if you're feminine, you would want to be like a feminine woman. And I'm not saying Tracee Ellis. Shout out to Tracee Ellis. Shout out to the ladies. I love the dominant women too. I like the dominant women too. I like to dominate the dominant women. So shout out to the dominant women too. We love you, baby. If you're on my page, what up? But yeah, so look, so you're using your femininity as a sword, but the thing is, a feminine woman would want to be possessed, or that's what makes sense as far as I know. A feminine woman wouldn't want to be doing certain kind of things. And I'm not saying that it's wrong that, you know, you want to be free to do whatever you want. But I mean, as far as I know, if a woman wants to be kept, should she be free to do what she wants while she's kept? Like, that's like saying, okay, I'm paying for you, and while I'm paying for you, do whatever you want. I don't care. It doesn't work like that. For example, if your parents put dough up to where you stay, right? If your parents help you pay your bills, you can't just do whatever you want if they give you rules. If you stay in your parents' house, your parents won't let you do what you want, right? And that's fine. You know why? They put the dough up. Now, if you get your own place, you can live the way you want to live. Same thing in relationships. You can't expect somebody to be in a relationship with you with no rules and guidelines. You can't just do whatever you want while this person's paying to keep you up. Now, if they're not paying to keep you up, that's fine, but you can't expect them to stay and deal with that bullshit. That's just me. That's just me though. And like I said, I don't have the solution, guys. And I'm not a dating coach. I'm not a pickup artist. I'm none of these people. I'm a civilian. I'm a rapper, if anything. First off, I'm a rapper. All right, check out my music. But I'm saying I'm just a regular person like everybody else. And this what goes through my head. I'm just sharing what goes through my head. I don't have the perfect way. And like I said, a lot of these ninjas do be loonies. Like the male ego. Shout out to the male ego. I understand the male ego. You know, as men, we think that, you know, when we get stuff or whatever, we have this ego to where we think, oh, a woman's supposed to do this and that. I understand all that, ladies. Okay, cool. But when y'all come out and say stuff like this, y'all know about the male ego too. So it's like, I don't know. Let's see what else is said. Man, we gonna do you work. We gonna do you way. Somebody said, man, we gonna do you way worse than Unc. LOL, so she can groom them. She wants to be in control is all I got. Yes, she wants to be in control. Toxic masculinity equals men don't put up with my BS. Everybody's younger than you at this point. Yet y'all got upset when Trick Daddy said the same thing. Trick Daddy said the exact same thing. She wants a friend, not a man. These new 40 and 50-year-olds are aging beautifully. Yeah, she looks good for 50. She look good. She look good. But this is what I'm saying. And this is what I don't like about the ladies. The ladies think just because they look good, bro, they could do whatever and get away with murder. And that's why I'll be like, bro, you got to chill, bro.
What the hell, bro?
I'll be like, chill, bro. So look, because she looks good, she's saying this. Because if she didn't look that good, she would not be saying this, because everybody would be looking at her like, the fuck are you talking about? So she looks good for 50. Like, she's attractive. She looks good, so she'll say that. Let a man say it. You can't handle a real woman. All right, we're going to pull up the full conversation. Let me see. Let's pull it up on TikTok. And like I said, guys, tell us what you think. Let me check the chat. Tell us what you think, man. Y'all tell us what y'all think. I personally, I'm on the fence about it. Do I think older women should date younger men? Yes, I do. I do think older women should be able to date younger men, but I also think if that's the case, then there should be nobody saying anything about older men dating younger women, right? And we know why they say what they say, but I'm not going to discuss that. That's another discussion for later. Like I said, I'm just doing this episode now to let y'all know we're going to be putting out them private streams. If y'all want access to them private streams, it's going to be behind a paywall. The reason why it's beyond a paywall, chat pause, my bad. The reason why it's behind a paywall is because ninjas get in their feelings about this stuff. And every time I gave out game for free, people looked at me like I was crazy while they taking the information, talking about thanks for the show. They ain't put no dough up. They ain't donate. So if y'all want that info, I'll start putting that info there. And it's all my old streams that I locked away. You might be able to find some on the internet. But yeah, I mean, I had them people going crazy, bro. My own family started tripping on me. I was just like, bro, social media, chill. Let's see. Tracee Ellis Ross, Michelle Obama. Here we go.
I learned as I've gotten older, like chemistry is not a relationship. And love,
say that again.
Chemistry is not a relationship.
Yes.
And
Okay.
love does not always include chemistry.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I'm somebody who wants both. Now, everybody's not like that. Some
Yeah,
people are really don't want a sort of the.
Hold up real quick. I gotta say shout out to my trainer, JJ. JJ told me this back when I was more closed-minded and young and naive. And, he told me, he was like, you're going to settle. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you're going to end up settling. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he was talking about relationships. We were having a discussion about relationships while I was driving the truck. Shout out to the truckers, man. Shout out to the truckers. You see a driver? If you see a driver, tell a driver, thank you, driver. But yeah, he told me, he's like, you're going to end up settling because as you get older, you're going to start to have more and more, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with, you're going to end up settling. You're not going to get what you want. Here we go.
The passionate chemistry of, intimate physical energy.
Well,
that's
she made
not
that
their
up,
thing.
boy.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who that's one of the ways they communicate love.
Yeah.
She made good points, though. She made good points. A lot of times we be in a relationship and you be trying to tell people this is how I want you to love me, and they're stuck in the way that they want to love you. So that's why you guys got to kind of give people grace, because people know to love a certain way. Find somebody whose love language works for you. And gentlemen, this is bars for you. Ladies, this is bars for you as well. Like I said, I got it all. Hit me up for a consultation. Here we go.
And the crazy thing is for me, when it takes a lot for somebody to get inside my heart and feel safe, once you get in there, it's so hard for me to get you out.
Yeah.
And I have to really give myself time. And that's the other thing I would say to Ronan about him sort of pining around this old relationship.
Yo, Tracee, give me a call, bro. We need to talk, bro. And I'm not saying I want to be in a relationship with you. Give me a call, bro. Let's talk.
Relationship.
Let's go out for dinner. I'll pay.
In memory,
Let's go out for dinner. I'll pay. I ain't got no money, though. I'm going to pay with your money. Here we go.
you remember the good stuff.
That's right.
So it's not always the full picture. There's a reason that didn't work, and you can trust that. Yeah. And the right relationship, there's nothing you can do to make it stop. Like it will resurface itself if it's meant to be. And the crazy.
All right, let me see. Here's where she talks about grieving. Ladies, pull up. Ladies, come listen. Tracee Ellis Ross candidly confesses grieving not having children or a partner. And it's not really the partner. I want to say the children part, because that's what women are supposed to do. And I'm not saying that as gender roles. I'm saying like women, I think the biggest, they'll tell you, look, ladies, I'm going to let y'all know. The government will tell you, or whoever's in control of the media, because the media is the fourth branch of government, the uncontrolled, unrestricted branch of government. Okay? You heard it here first on the Blac Pill, okay? Make sure you remember that. The unrestricted fourth branch of government that people don't understand how it works. The media literally controls the masses, and they know about this. But besides the point, let me finish what I'm saying. So, ladies, I personally feel like, this is not everybody, I personally feel like the biggest accomplishment a woman can have is to have kids and push her legacy. And the same thing with a dude. Like, all these other accomplishments are cool, unless what you create, like a business you create, like shout out to Facebook, shout out to Amazon, these businesses are going to outlive their creators or the people who control them. That's cool and all, but I'm saying your kids continuing your legacy, I think that's the biggest accomplishment you can do in life. Past that, everything else is just plus one. You make good money, take care of your family, plus one. But yeah, she talks about grieving not having kids. So shout out to them women that's waiting on them kids. I mean, you could potentially have a kid now at 50, I think, but the amount of money you're gonna spend is ginormous, horrendous, bodacious, whatever the word you want to use. Here we go.
I did dream of my wedding.
Yeah.
By the way, we have another person who said it's 50-50 right now with the votes. Somebody else said no, older women should not date younger men. And if you're still here, please put why in the comments you think that older women should not date younger men. I personally, like I said, I'm cool with it. If they got the money, they want to do that, they want to take care of a young ninja, hey, take care of these young ninjas. It is what it is. If all parties are happy, it is what it is. Here we go.
Up. And that's not to say that I didn't dream of the bigness of my life, but I could have spent a lot more time dreaming of my life. And as much as grief does surface for me around not having children and not having a partner, I still wouldn't want the wrong partner.
That's a great point for people to hear.
Yes. I'm not interested in that. You have to make
facts. Good point. Yeah, I'm not gonna say all, but majority of the people I know back at the crib, or who know of me, like I went to school with, they all got kids and shit. I'm waiting. You know, I be seeing them raise their kids and stuff. I'm like, yeah, good for them. I'm happy for them. Yeah, I'm waiting, bro. I gotta have some money up first. I don't have a regular job though, so I'm in business. I'm trying to build my businesses from there. Okay, whatever stream of income is like the main one for like the bills and shit. All right, we're gonna use that. We're gonna start raising these kids. But here we go.
Make my life better. It can't just be, you know, I'm in a relationship. In a relationship. So even though the grief does emerge and that comes and I hold that, I think of what I've done, and I think of, I woke up every morning trying to do my best. I didn't wake up one morning and be like, I'm going to mess this day up.
That's right.
So I must be where I'm supposed to be. And I don't know. Sometimes I think of all of the things I've done, the courage that I've had to have, and what I've had to learn how to navigate as a single person with no one to hide behind.
Yeah.
And it's built a really beautiful experience around me. And I have incredible.
Shout out to her. So women, if you want to be a boss, there you go. A woman's right to choose. Here we go.
I think women, we're used to having a say in our lives. Yeah. And I don't know whether the whole movement is about sort of reharnessing us.
Boy, that made no sense. Shout out to Michelle Obama.
Hell,
what? But that made no sense, bro. If you have a say in your life, what is the point of the movement? Another person said, yes, older women should date younger men. What up, Twan? Twan said, man, I would tear that up. I would tear that ass up. I think that's what Twan said. Yeah, she's straight. She's straight. Would I engage in fornication with Tracee Ellis? I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. But when she was younger, oh, for sure she would have been mine. Like for example, like Alicia Keys, and no disrespect to their men, Saina Lathan. Yeah, if we was back in high school or back in college, oh yeah, you would have been mine, bro. Here we go.
You know, whether is it really about,
and can that really work?
Reproductive rights? Can that really work now that women are educated and we're being raised differently? I mean, the truth is that fathers are modernized.
Yes.
Right? I mean,
mostly
they are, you know, and if you were to ask the average man, how are you raising your daughter? Because you love her. The average father that loves their daughter wants them to be excellent, you know, and they want them to have opportunity and freedom. Mean, when you think about you don't want your daughter marrying some guy that chose her because he just didn't think about anything else and
who believes that her
time.
Body is his choice.
Exactly. So I don't think a lot.
Whew, that's a lot to unpack, as the ladies say. What?
But what the hell, boy?
What? Bro, that was confusing, bro. I was confused. We got to run that back. Hold on. Let me run that back. I'm like, what?
I think women, we're used to having a say in our lives. Yeah. And I don't know whether the whole movement is about sort of reharnessing us, you know, whether is it really about,
and can that really work?
Reproductive rights? Can that really work now that women are educated and we're being raised differently? I mean, the truth is that fathers are modernized.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
mostly.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, they kind of confusing, bro, because they was just complaining, like they was just complaining about dudes being old school and wanting to be possessive of you, and now they're saying fathers are modernized. Like, I mean, yeah, you know, a dad's gonna tell his daughter, hey, make sure you got your money up because you need money in this world or somebody can take advantage of you. But that's just everybody. That's the same thing with dudes. Like, a father would tell his son the same thing. I mean, that's my kids, but I'm saying in relationships, like what your dad does, and this is where women get it twisted too, bro. Like, I understand your dad's willing to take care of you and all that, but when you throw that in somebody's face, like, you're not doing, like, it's not the flex that you think. It's like, okay, that's your father. Like, that's his job. Until somebody else can do it, that's his job. Your parents are going to do, like, if your parents help you with your stuff and help take care of you, they supposed to do that. That's not, I don't know. Like, me personally, if I had a daughter, hey, bro, sucks to whoever. Look, Ninja, shout out to Twan. Twan said what Kamala said, word salad. Yeah, it's facts, bro. That was word salad. But look, bro, if I have a daughter, my daughter's gonna know all the game that I know about ninjas and women. So it sucks for anybody. I'm talking about she gonna know everything. Shout out to the Alphabet Boys and Girls. She gonna know about lesbians, everything. My daughter's gonna be put on game to understand the pitfalls of the world, because just like Michelle Obama tried to say, I want my daughter to succeed, and I'm gonna tell her, hey, the world is yours. I'm gonna tell her the power she has as a woman. I'm gonna tell her the power that men have. And I'm saying that like 13 years old. I'm gonna say your brain's not gonna be old enough to comprehend what I'm saying. But as you get older, you'll start to see it. And I'm gonna tell her, I'm gonna say, look, my advice to you, play stupid. Play like you don't know. Play like you don't know, because it's gonna benefit you. Because when you act like you know, people don't like you. So yeah, like I said, it sucks for whoever trying to get at my daughter if I have a daughter. But yeah, bro.
But mostly they are, you know, and if you were to ask the average man, how are you raising your daughter? Because you love her. The average father that loves their daughter wants them to be excellent, you know, and they want them to have opportunity and freedom. When you think about you don't want your daughter saddle marrying some guy that chose her because he just didn't think about anything else and who believes that.
But I'm saying, like, why would you not? I don't know. Ladies, shout out to the ladies, bro. Y'all got to break this one down to me. Why would you not want your daughter to have a man that loves her more than she loves him? Like, that actually works to your favor. And if y'all took that the wrong way, what I'm saying is, like, the women, I don't know, it's a push and pull kind of thing. Like, your dude should love you and can't think of whatever Michelle Obama just said. Shout out to Michelle Obama. Isn't it supposed to be like that? Like, I'm confused. Is that not what you want? Like, wouldn't you want the dude to want you and want to build a family with you and all this stuff? It's so crazy, bro. I don't know. We live in a crazy time, bro.
Her body is his choice.
Exactly. So I don't think a lot of leaders are thinking about that.
And she said that her body is his choice. Like, I mean, he chose. I mean, is he not supposed to choose that? I don't know, bro. Let me see. Is there anything else? Shout out to Twan. He said they've been watching too much Color Purple. For real, dog. I don't know, bro. I don't know, ladies. Ladies, this word salad, ladies. This old tired conversation is never gonna stop, because women keep moving the goalposts, bro. Y'all keep moving the goalposts. Like, okay, after you get everything you want, what's next? And that's the thing. They'll tell you that there's still more to get, and that's why we sitting here like, bro, what is going on, bro? Like, what are we talking about? Let me see.
You have to surround yourself with the people that you want to be.
Yeah.
Facts.
You know, the other thing I tell young people is life is practice, you know. You're practicing, and I tell my girls this every day, you are practicing who you are going to be.
Facts.
So if you getting up late and you're trifling and you're not getting your homework done, that's what you're practicing.
Facts.
You know?
Complaining, that's
Facts.
what you're practicing.
If you're a whiner, you're practicing being a whiner. If you're spoiled,
yes,
you're
sir.
practicing that. That doesn't just go away, you know. And so you have to start practicing who you want to be. Do you want to be dependable? Then you have to be dependable. If you want people to trust you, then you have to be trustworthy.
Yeah.
And you have to start those habits very early. It's just like speaking correct English. Don't practice the other stuff, because you're not going to get a job that way. So
Facts. I don't want a job, though. I'm screaming out F a job. Well, this is my job. I mean, shout out to our supporters. But yeah, like she said, man, you gotta learn to speak properly. That's why I changed the way I speak. If you guys look back at my first stuff, because we're almost approaching a year since I started doing content. If you look back when I first started doing this, in comparison to now, man, you should see the growth. The growth is beautiful. And, you know, the reason why I speak properly is so everybody can understand me. So I'm not only appealing to one specific audience. I can talk to multiple people, and I'm able to show that I'm able to articulate myself. Shout out to Twan. Twan said Obama found a diamond. I ain't finna say nothing about Michelle, because I remember my stepmom got on my ass back when I was younger, because I had said something about Michelle and she ain't like it. So she turned up on me, bro. So she traumatized me with that. So I ain't gonna say nothing about Obama. Michelle Obama.
And that's what I think kids need.
But they gave some good game right there. Let's see.
A lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity and have been raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks.
And I'm just like, and the question becomes, is that culture wrong though? Because if that culture worked for their family, would it not follow that it would make sense to keep repeating that culture instead of trying this new partnership where you got your life and you want me to be in your life and come be at your beck and call? I ain't doing that. Sorry. I'm going to help the person that's helping me, but I ain't going to be at your beck and call. I'm sorry.
And anything that starts to smell of that for me, I did enough of it where I was controlled and felt like I was a possession or whatever those things were, or prize I have no interest in it, and I will not do it again.
I'm sorry.
No. But a lot of men my age are steeped in a...
Yeah, man, like I said, this conversation never stop. I could do content about this all day because, you know, we can't get on the same page, but I'll leave you guys with this, man. What you guys have to realize is all the stereotypes that men say about women and that women say about men, or, excuse me, the majority of stereotypes that women say about men and men say about women are all true. The majority of them are true. So we're just looking at the mirror of each other and we're trying to point the mirror back at each other. Past that, man, that's it for today's show. Like I told you guys, we're gonna start putting, I might start putting this content out like how I was doing when we first started, but I'm gonna put it probably on my private stuff. Y'all gotta go through my links. Go click all my links on my YouTube page. Join the core, join the Adam Effect, join my my Patreon, join my Ko-Fi. Join my locals page, especially my locals. If you really fuck with me, it's called Black Adam's Inner Circle. You should be able to find it. Click all my links. It's in my any one of my bios. You click all my links, you'll see all of them, and join up. And like I said, I'll start putting those in a private stream. Like I said, it ain't gonna be for free because I'm gonna be giving game on how you navigate through this shit. And when y'all navigate through this shit, I'm gonna tell y'all, you know, when it comes to this relationship stuff, this, you know, you're gonna have fun, but it's business first. Have fun, but it's business first. And treat these ladies with respect, and have fun with them in the right way, because you don't want to turn around and be a bad story that happened or whoop-de-woo. I don't know. You know, sometimes they just be saying anything. But yeah, I'm gonna start putting that up. Y'all be on the lookout for that. Just follow my links. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. We probably back in here later. We probably gonna be back in here later for gaming. If y'all want to hop on Call of Duty, we're gonna do it. Hopefully the stream don't tweak out. Past that, it's Black Adam, man. Shout out to the court.